They are found by the Pukamachuna tribe, who eventually use the tree's flowers to heal the sickened survivors. In the grand halls of the Royal Society, MacGregor stands confidently at the podium, delivering a compelling presentation on the legendary Tears of the Moon. Unbeknownst to the distinguished audience, his sister, the brilliant Dr. Lily Houghton, has given him this paper as a clever distraction. While all eyes remain fixed on her brother, Lily moves swiftly and silently through the shadows, her fingers closing around the priceless arrowhead and an ancient Amazon map. At that very moment, fate intervenes. Lily crosses paths with Prince Joachim, a dangerously deranged and fiercely ambitious German nobleman obsessed with finding the Tree of Life. He seeks its power not only to turn the tide of the Great War in Germany's favor, but to claim immortality for himself. Having already paid the Society a fortune in solid gold bars for the arrowhead, Joachim watches in fury as Lily outmaneuvers him, slipping away with the prize in her grasp. A few days later, deep in the heart of the First Brazilian Republic, Lily and MacGregor arrive at the bustling docks, searching desperately for a guide to lead them down the mighty Amazon River. They were supposed to meet Nilo, the formidable harbor master. Instead, Lily encounters Frank, a shrewd, cynical, yet deeply noble steamboat skipper. Her eyes, Frank is breaking into Nilo's office with bold determination, trying to steal back the key to his seized boat engine, confiscated after he failed to repay his loan. Mistaking the daring skipper for the man they came to see, Lily approaches him confidently. The two begin negotiating the price for a dangerous expedition into the unknown.
You can't get there. Nobody can get there, and if they could, they wouldn't.
As the deal hangs in the balance, MacGregor suddenly bursts in with the real Nilo by his side. Having already agreed to an outrageous fee of $50,000, MacGregor proudly announces their arrangement, completely unaware that Lily has just struck a far cheaper bargain with the wrong man. Suddenly, as Frank's eyes suddenly catch sight of the gleaming arrowhead hanging from a delicate thread around Lily's neck, his entire demeanor shifts. In a blur of motion, a ferocious leopard leaps from the shadows, launching a savage and terrifying attack. Chaos erupts as the beast snarls and lunges with deadly force. After the heart-pounding confrontation finally ends, Frank coolly raises his price to $15,000, locking eyes with Lily. A tense silence hangs in the air before the deal is finally struck. What Lily and MacGregor don't yet realize is that the vicious leopard is actually Frank's own trained pet. He had carefully instructed the animal to stage the entire terrifying performance with startling realism, all part of his cunning plan. Just moments before they board Frank's weathered steamboat, a group of dangerous-looking men bursts onto the dock, charging straight toward Lily with aggressive intent. These are no ordinary thugs. They are Prince Joachim's elite henchmen, hunting her down with ruthless determination. Hours later, as the steamboat pushes deeper into the vast, mysterious Amazon, Frank's leopard suddenly springs into action once again. It attacks MacGregor in a whirlwind of claws and snarls. In that shocking moment, everything becomes crystal clear. Lily and her brother realize they've been masterfully played. Frank had orchestrated the entire scheme from the very beginning, cleverly securing the lucrative job of guiding them down the treacherous river.
Buena niña.
No, we're good. Stay on course. La Grima Crystal is that way.
We make good time in the dark. Look, we can just keep going.
So you'd rather risk your life and your brother's life?
Then I figured I'd learn something new.
Well, perhaps you just need some...
Prince Joachim and his ruthless band of goons have successfully located the long-trapped Conquistadors. With dark incantations echoing through the cavern, Joachim summons their restless spirits, striking a sinister bargain. In exchange for the sacred flowers from the Tree of Life, the ancient warriors agree to hunt down the arrowhead for him. Without wasting a moment, Joachim commands his men to divert the mighty river, unleashing a torrent of water that dramatically liberates the Conquistadors from their stone prison. Now revived and driven by dark purpose, they set out with deadly intent, relentlessly tracking Lily and her crew through the unforgiving jungle. As the journey intensifies, the trio suddenly finds themselves in mortal danger. The boat veers dangerously off course, hurtling straight toward the thunderous edge of a massive waterfall. Roaring waters crash violently around them while the vessel pitches and rolls wildly. Just as disaster seems inevitable, Frank springs into action with masterful skill and lightning reflexes. Using every ounce of his expertise as a seasoned boatman, he fights the powerful current, steering them away from certain death and rescuing the group from the brutal jaws of the Amazon. Aboard Frank's steamboat, Lily quietly slips into the skipper's private cabin. Her eyes widen as she discovers a treasure trove of secrets, detailed sketches of futuristic inventions, mysterious photographs, and extensive research notes, all focused on the legendary Tears of the Moon. The revelations leave her stunned, raising more questions about the enigmatic man guiding them. Hours after surviving the waterfall, they are captured by the Pukamachuna tribe disguised as carnivals. Shockingly, it turns out they were hired by Frank to do the act. This angers Lily, who begins to doubt Frank's reliability since he used the fear of the tribe to try to extract the arrowhead from her. While at it, the tribal chief, who is a longtime friend of Frank's and knows about the curse, quickly translate the symbols on the arrowhead, revealing the location of the tree, citing that it only blooms under a blood moon. Later that night, the liberated conquistadors track down and attack the tribe. Lily flees with the artifact, and just when they are about to catch her, vines pull the Spaniards away when they unknowingly lose sight of the river during the pursuit. Since they cannot chase Lily and Frank further into the jungle, they send a message to Joachim about their location. Frank, who was thought to be dead after being stabbed and falling from a great height, reappears, much to the Houghtons' amazement. Shockingly, he reveals to them that he is one of the cursed conquistadors who once wanted to help find the three to save Akor's paralyzed daughter. After experiencing Akor's greed and display, Frank sided with the tribe against his rampage, and Akor hated him for his betrayal, consequently hunting him over and over again. However, after numerous years of fighting, Frank managed to tactically trap his vengeful comrades away from the river's view, deep down inside the dark cave, petrifying them. After the incident, and failing to find the three all by himself, Frank became a tour guide with an in-depth knowledge of the entire Amazon. MacGregor, who had broken his leg during the attack by Joachim and his men, is captured while sailing with the tribe leader. Lily and Frank travel far enough to the La Luna Rota waterfall and are able to uncover a submerged temple. Meanwhile, the captured MacGregor is forced by Joachim to reveal Lily's location. Joachim tracks down Frank and Lily. He forces Frank to help him bloom the tree in exchange for allowing him one petal to break his curse. Lily also tricks Joachim into wanting a petal as well, and would betray Frank if she can get one. While trying to unlock the tree, she discovers the arrowhead is placed in a locket with a red gem inside, and so Lily places the two pieces into the carvings in the bark, and the tree comes alive, blooming under the much-anticipated blood moon. A fight immediately ensues, and Lily seizes the opportunity to retrieve one flower, and the subsequent event didn't quite favor the Germans nor the conquistadors, as Frank crashes his boat to block the river, petrifying himself and the rest of his comrades just to save Lily. Realizing she had fallen in love with Frank, Lily sacrifices the flower to lift his course and restore his mortality so she can be with him. Nothing happens for a few moments, but then Frank comes back to life and eventually decides to leave the Amazon to be with Lily. Surprisingly, the moon's last beam blooms a single flower which Lily uses for her research. Frank sells his boat business to Nilo on their return to port. The trio successfully arrive in Britain, where Lily is now an astute professor at the University of Cambridge. MacGregor is seen reflecting an invitation of membership from the Royal Society. With so much love to share between them, Lily and Frank explore London together,